Hello and welcome. Today I will be sharing a bunch of cards I made using the My Monthly Hero card kit from April of 2018. Now I know that it's the end of April, but you're in luck because this kit is still available. The kit consists of this huge and adorable 6x8 stamp set full of cute critters and celebration greetings in English and Spanish. There are 2 die sets that cut out many of the images in the stamp set and includes a beautiful border die that will be the focus of my video today, 3 beautiful handmade papers, and 3 festive ink colors made especially for this kit. When I received my kit, I detach all of the dies and put them on a magnetic sheet and store these and the stamps and embellishments together in one of these zipper pouches that I get at the Container Store for $1.99. They fit perfectly and I fit up to 3 months in one pouch. I also store extra pre-stamped images so I have them for making quick cards in the future. When I have an opportunity to do some coloring, I color in images and also store them in the same zipper pouch. The images from these kits are super fun and easy to color, too, making it a great way to pass my free time. And there you've had a sneak peek at our first card, which I created by ink blending a piece of Bristol Smooth cardstock with mowed lawn and salty ocean Distress Oxide ink, and turning the background die into a pagoda to create a fun fiesta outdoor scene, piñata and all. I used a variety of Copic markers to color the images. No fancy blending here, just straight fun coloring. The piñata dangles from the string, which makes for a fun effect as well. This is a very intricate die and needs a little TLC when you're cutting with it. I found a very simple process to get a great cut every time. I took a piece of 110-pound cardstock cut to 4 1/4 inches by 5 1/2 inches and placed it under the die before cutting. I then placed the piece I wanted to cut on the cutting side of the die. I ran this through my GEMINI Junior twice, and here are the results. A great cut every time, and I cut a lot of them, I can assure you. Speaking of cutting, to create these cards, I started by taking 6 8.5 by 11-inch pieces of cardstock in pink, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple, and cut them in quarters. I then took a stack of white cardstock and did the same. I took half of the colored and all of the white cardstock and cut it out with the background die and set them aside to create the cards. If I didn't use them all, I would just store them in the zippered pouch for future use. We have discovered one way I used this die, and now onto our countdown of 8 more ways to use this die to make cards. For the second card, I took one of the colored frames and cut it in the center, making sure to round off each of the cut edges. I then applied glue to the scalloped edge on the top and bottom of one piece and placed it over the other piece and matched up the ends and glued the 2 pieces together. This created a sweet little frame, which is the perfect size for one of my little mini cards. To create these mini cards, I took a 4 1/4 inch by 5 1/2 inch piece of note card and folded it in half. I did this with all other colors except for the pink, and you'll see why I didn't do that later. I tried one with the white on the pink, and it was beautiful too. I love that this die folds in half so beautifully. It inspired the idea for this next quick and simple card. I folded the frame in half and glued it over the little mini card. I think these would make great placeholders or tags as well as wonderful little notes. The cards all look so pretty together, it would be a wonderful gift set as well. It would also be fun to embellish them with these stamped and colored images. I will be making a number of these to have around for future use. I took one of the sets of colored frames and cut them down to create the next few cards. As you can see, when I cut off the scalloped edges, it creates 4 pretty borders. A note about the card bases for these cards. To accommodate the size of the die cuts, I had to trim down my A2 card bases. For the flowered border, the card bases measure 3 3/4 inches by 5 1/2 inches, and the scalloped border cards measure 4 1/4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. Number 4 is such a pretty card. I took one each of the colors of flowered borders and attached them to the front of a top folding card. I only put glue on the top strip, which allowed me to tuck each color under the other. I can't wait to try this on all white. I think it will be incredibly elegant. For number 5, I took 6 of my 4¼ inch by 5¼ inch note cards and trimmed 1/4 inch off the front of each of them. I then applied glue to the cut edge and applied the border to it. It really helped to apply the glue to the card base in this instance because the border die was so skinny. I finished these borders off camera to save some time. For number 6, I took the other 6 scalloped border dies and attached them diagonally across my page. This will be great to decorate later. I attached the strips right up next to each other, but I think there are many other ways you could apply these to the front of the card to decorate it. Number 7 is probably my favorite of all of these cards. I took the 3¾ inch by 5½ inch card base and cut 1¼ inches off the end of the front of the card. I then applied glue to the border strip of the die and lined it up with the cut edge of my card base to create this pretty border. Again, I think this would be stunning in white, don't you? Number 8 is the result of the large negative piece that is created from the center each time I cut this die. I thought it would be fun to do something with them. I took one of my orange pieces of cardstock and attached a white frame onto it. I took the large negative piece in different colors to show you how it would make a nice panel card or invitation. I also think it would be fun if the frame was a different color as well. It might also be pretty with some pattern paper. Our last design today is so much fun. I created it by taking a 4¼ inch by 11 inch piece of cardstock and scoring it at 2 3/4 from each of the short ends. I then folded these pieces in and made sure they matched up before folding them down, creating a gatefold card. I took one of the frames and attached it to the inside of the card for decoration, and then took another frame and cut it in half. I was very careful to round the cut edges nicely. I put glue around the edge of the die cuts only because I will want to be lifting the center flower to insert a ribbon. And then I lined up and attached the 2 halves to the front of the card. The kit came tied with 2 ribbons, one pink and one green. I took the pink ribbon and ran it through the center of one of the flowers and around the back of the card and through the other flower on the opposite side. I made sure the ribbon was equal on both sides and then gently lifted each of the flowers, applying glue. When I had done this to both sides, I put a stamping block as a weight and left the card to dry for a few minutes. I also made one of these in green as there was a pink and green ribbon in the kit. And lastly, I created one with gold mirror paper because I had to see how this beautiful die would cut in gold. I wasn't disappointed, it turned out beautifully. I left this one as is with no ribbon, which made a fine card as well. And there you have one beautiful die 9 ways. I created 31 cards in all. I love that I will have them available when I need a quick card. If you love this video and would like to buy the kit, be sure to hurry over to heroarts.com. They are only available while supplies last, and it's a great value. For more information, please visit my blog at www.perkypennypapers.com and follow my Instagram at perkypennypapers. If you enjoyed this video, please like it and share it, and subscribe to my channel to see when new videos are uploaded. A list of supplies is available in the description of this video. Thank you so much for spending your time with me today.